And we are live. What's up, everyone? It's Devon here from Neptune Design. And today I want to help you guys with a lot of good information when it comes to getting your lead costs down in Google Ads. Because I think there's a lot of people out there that are struggling with this. And so, what we want to do today is we want to have a little bit of a workshop. I'm going to show you every single thing that you need to do to get your lead costs down. But before I get into that, let me just adjust my camera over here. I've got a big announcement to make. So let's see if anybody's in the chat. Let me just go and I'll also put my ticker down there. Cool. All right. So we currently have a massive Black Friday sale that's about to happen. It's going to take place from the 24th of November all the way to the 29th of November. And it's got so many new packages that I've never shown anyone. It's brand new to the market. And I think a lot of you are going to like what you see. So what I want to do is I just want to quickly run you through every new course that we're doing. And then what I'll do is I'll take a couple of questions and I'm also going to share a framework with you that's going to be really helpful in terms of just dropping your lead costs. I know there are so many entrepreneurs, people who run Google Ads that are struggling with this right now. So by the way, if you're wondering how to get to this page, it is linked in the description below. If you're listening to this on LinkedIn or on Facebook, just direct message me and I'll give you the correct link, because I think the incorrect link is showing. You should still see my early bird page if you're on Facebook or on LinkedIn, and I want you to go directly to the Black Friday page. All right, so I'm going to share the screen over here. Like I said, you can sign up below. And as you can see, our Black Friday is here. Well, it's almost here. And from the 25th to the 29th, sorry, I said the 24th, we're going to be running some massive things. Now, as you'll see over here, number one, we've got our Google Ads Kickstarter bundle. So if you are brand new to Google Ads and you're wondering how to just set up your ads the right way, right? You don't want somebody who's going to take you through an entire whole strategy. All you want to do is just set up your ads the right way. Then I highly recommend you go for this buddy over here. Now, included in this, you're going to get access to my private community. You're also going to get my roadmap from beginners to Ads Pro. And on top of that, you're going to get my Google Ads setup cheat sheet as well. And that's day one of the Black Friday special. Day two of the Black Friday special, we've got the lead gen in the box. I'm so excited about this product. Every single thing that you need to know about generating leads with Google Ads, I have put this into one product, one course that you can follow, and you'll understand exactly everything that I know. While I've been doing this for 6 years, and I've generated a lot, or helped entrepreneurs generate a lot of leads for themselves, and I'm going to help you do that as well. Next, on day three, we've got our e-commerce conversion code. So if you're struggling with shopping ads and you want to kind of figure out shopping ads and really get your store pumping for Black Friday, then I highly recommend you check that out. And on day four, for everybody who's been asking me, in fact, somebody asked me this on the last live stream. They said, Devon, how do I get more Google Ads clients? Well, the wait is over. I'm going to show you exactly how to get more Google Ads clients. We've got a full 8-week program that's going to teach you how to get more clients. Myself and Pamela Wagner, she's an ex-Google Ads, Forbes under 30 under 30 coach. We're basically going to teach you everything we know about getting more Google Ads clients. And last but not least, if you just want to learn everything to do with Google Ads and you want every single piece of private training that I'm launching in 2025, then you can go for the complete Google Ads domination system. And you can find all of those below in this video. And if you have any questions about that, let me know as well. Now, I'm not here to sell you that. I'm just here to tell you about that because I've been working on that for the past, let me think about this. I've been working on this special probably for the past 3 weeks, curating the training, shooting videos, getting the right videos into the right courses, making sure that everything is set up on the back end. I have been a busy bee and I've not stopped. But what I want to do here is I want to share with you guys this framework that I've come up with, and I think it's really, really going to be impactful for you. So what I'm going to do is I want to share my screen. By the way, if you're wondering what document this is basically when I update my Google Ads course. This is how I do it. I literally go through each and every single one of the videos, make notes on each of them. And as you can see, our Google Ads course is quite comprehensive. But today, you're probably wondering, or whoever's watching this live stream, your question is probably, hey, man, Devon, my leads are too expensive, right? Let me know in the comment section if you have this problem. Let me know on LinkedIn if you have this problem. Let me know on Facebook if you have this problem. But a lot of people have been telling me that their lead cost is like way too expensive, right? So, what I'm going to do in this particular live stream is I want to share with you this simple framework that's going to help you really understand why that is and what to do about it, right? So, like I said, I don't think this live stream is going to be long. I think I'm probably going to do 30 minutes or 45 minutes. And it also depends on how many questions you guys ask. But what I want to tell you is that if your leads are too expensive, right, it is because there are three underlying issues with your ads. Okay. The first thing that you have to look at is wasted ad budget. Now, a lot of you might be watching this and going, "Oh, but like, duh, of course it's wasted ad budget because my leads are too expensive." The question is, where is the budget being wasted? And that's what I'm going to take you through today. We're going to look at my Google Ads account and we're going to show you some real life examples so you understand where to look to see where your ad budget is being wasted. Not only that, but if you're targeting the wrong people, that's also a massive cause of your leads being too expensive. So I'll give you a little bit of an example. If I know that I'm selling to people who identify as men, but my ads keep on showing to women, or maybe I'm selling hair salon products and I know those are for people who identify as females, but my ads keep on showing to men, then it's going to be a problem, right? Because we will know and we will see that those people won't buy. No guy is going to go buy a hair salon product, right? So targeting the wrong people is definitely a sign that you don't know what you're doing when it comes to Google Ads, or not that you don't know what you're doing. I think that's harsh language. I think that is not accurate. I think sometimes we feel like we don't know what the problem is, and therefore it's hard for us to start knowing where to look for the solution. Does that make sense? It's not the fact that you don't know what you're doing. You do know what you're doing. It's just you don't know what the steps are to take to solve the problem. So, the first thing I recommend to you is check out your targeting. And if you're targeting the wrong people, that's going to be a problem for you. And that's going to be why your leads are so expensive, because a lot of people are clicking on your ads, but when they get to your landing page, they're like, this is actually not for me. And the last thing is just going after highly competitive keywords. Look, if you have a very small budget to spend, let's say you're doing $100 a day, $200 a day, $50 a day, and you're going up against multi-million dollar companies, multi-billion dollar companies. So, for example, if you were doing video editing and you want video editing software and you wanted to advertise your video editing software, you're going to have to go up against Adobe and beat them, DaVinci Resolve and beat them, Final Cut Pro and beat them. And their marketing budget is probably a couple 100 million, right? So it's going to be very difficult to beat those companies. So what you want to do is still go after the highly competitive keywords, but you want to set limits. Okay. If you don't set any limits, what's going to happen is you're going to burn through your budget and you're going to have nothing to show for it at the end of the day. All right. So with that being said, as I drink my glass of water over here, what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to take you through a framework. And it's very simple, very easy to understand. I know the framework is a very intimidating way to say it, but trust me, Anyone but anyone is going to be able to do this. All right. So the first thing I want you to do is I just want you to go and I want you to check your search terms report. And I want you to see if there are any terms that you're showing up that are sort of irrelevant for your business. So I'm going to do that with you here. Let me just change the way that I'm presenting my screen. So just give me a second over here. Man, every single time I come onto StreamYard, it's a brand new experience. So we're going to go over to the overview panel. I'm going to look at this campaign and I'm going to look at this campaign for the past, uh, let's see, let's find it. I'm going to find my example campaign over here. And as you can see over here, this campaign has had 136 leads. Cost per lead is $8.97. And also, if we go and we look at the conversion rate, we're at about a 12% conversion rate, right? So now that we're looking at this campaign, let's see if we can get this cost per lead even cheaper. So what you got to do is you want to go down to the audiences, keywords, and content section. And then what you want to do is you don't want to look at search keywords, right? Actually, I took you to the wrong section. What you want to do is you want to go to insights and reports and you want to go to your search terms report. Now, here's what makes the search terms report different. And I think this is what catches a lot of entrepreneurs out. In the search terms report, you're going to see the stuff that people on Google have been typing to basically trigger your ad, right? And this is not going to be the same as the keywords that you put inside of your campaign. So when I go into the search terms report, you're going to see, or when you go to the search terms report, you're going to see a whole bunch of keywords, right? A whole bunch of terms in there. And those are going to be terms that you probably didn't target. So for example, none of my keywords have the word free in them, but in my search terms report, it shows up. Also, none of my keywords have stuff like course free in them, or none of my keywords have skills for Africa in them. But what you'll notice is that in the search terms report, this is actually showing up. Now, I want to show you something, and this is very important. So if I go all the way up here and I find the cost column over here, and I make sure I filter this by cost, I'm going to find the keywords or the search terms that are costing me the most money. And what I want to look for is I want to look for a search term that is costing me a lot of money, that is irrelevant to my business, and that's not really bringing me in any leads. And I wish I could zoom into this for you. I know it's probably going to be very difficult to look at on a live stream, but let's see if we can just zoom into this for you, just to give you a little bit more screen real estate so that you can see exactly what I'm looking at over here. Now, you'll notice the first key search term over here says skill shop. It's cost me $169, and I got 26 leads from that. That's perfectly fine. The next search term, skill shop Google, 25 leads. Google skill shop, I've got 15 leads. Now this is the part where it starts to get very interesting. When I get over here, this dude over here, Google Digital Garage, it has cost me $55, but I haven't gotten any leads from this whatsoever. Now, ultimately, this is contributing to my expensive leads, right? Because if I'm looking over here and I find all of these little ones, they're costing me money in terms of people clicking on my ads, but because nobody's actually converting afterwards, it's a bad search term for me to have. And all of those little search terms, all of these $55, they stack up. And eventually what happens is they add to my cost of conversion and they make it more expensive than what it needs to be. So I want you to always keep that in mind. Every single thing that's burning through money ends up costing you money in some way. So over here, we can already see that this is a bad search term for me, right? Now, the next question is probably, Devon, once I find those search terms that are irrelevant to my business and that are costing me money, what do I do with them? How do I get rid of them? And Muhammadul, you're asking, thank you for joining me, my friend. I really appreciate it. Is this your own campaign or my client campaign? I would never take my clients' campaigns and show them on YouTube. Unless I got their explicit permission, I would never do that. So this is definitely my own campaign. I run my own ads for my business. I spend my own money, and I make sure that I teach you guys with that information that I'm doing. So I'm spending my own money here. And that's why when I do videos, a lot of these Google Ads YouTubers as well, you'll notice that when they do their videos, they usually blur everything out. So you can't really see what they're doing. I don't like doing that. I like showing you guys everything that I'm doing, everything that's happening, so that you can get a full picture of what to do with your Google Ads. All right, cool. So as you can see over here, I've got this term over here. And this term, Google Garage Digital, it's costing me money. It's cost me $55, and I don't have any leads with that whatsoever. So what you want to do in this scenario is you just want to click over here and you want to add this as a negative keyword. Now, once you do that, you're going to get to the screen, and in the screen, it's going to ask you, do you want to make it an ad group level negative keyword, a campaign negative keyword, or do you want to put it to your negative keyword list? Now, I should probably explain this to you. If it's in the ad group level, basically it's going to go in between your ads for that specific ad. If you do it on a campaign level, it'll affect all of your ads that you have in a single campaign. And if you do it as a negative keyword list, negative keyword, then basically it'll affect your entire account. So any previous campaigns you've been working on, any campaigns that you're running right now, and any campaigns that you're running in the future, it'll affect every single one of them. So what I want to do over here is I want to put it at the campaign level, obviously, because this is a tutorial. I'm not going to ask you guys to go into negative keyword lists. If you want to do that, we can gladly do that with my course. The next thing I'm going to do is notice how I'm removing those brackets. That's because I want to turn this into a phrase match negative keyword. And the last thing I want to do is I want to click save on this. And what this is going to do is it's going to stop the search term from showing up again. It's going to stop it from showing up again. Now, this is very important because you want to keep on going through your search term reports over here, and you want to make sure that you find every single term that's costing you money. Do this once a week, and you want to make sure that you remove them. All right, so that would be number one. That would be the first step that I want you to follow in the framework. The next thing that we want to do is we want to check our auction insights report. Now, I do not have my auction insights report populated over here, but let's talk a little bit about the auction insight report. When you go into the screen and you check your auction insights, you want to make sure that you're showing up alongside companies that are doing the exact same thing that you do. So, for example, if you sell pet food, make sure you're not showing up along companies that are doing like gearbox repairs and car repairs. Then obviously there's a problem with your keyword. If you're selling dog food, make sure that you're not appearing alongside a lot of companies that maybe sell fish food. That's going to be a problem for you as well. So what you want to do is when you come to this auction insights report over here, you want to make dead sure that you have the right type of companies next to you. That's how you know you're targeting the same people. If I am selling toys, or if I am selling, I don't know, cell phone covers, you want to make sure you're appearing amongst the companies that are doing the same. Now, if this auction insight report is empty like mine over here, all you need to do is just keep on running your Google Ads campaign. Eventually, it'll populate once you spend a certain amount or once it has a certain amount of clicks. So if you see a screen like this, don't be discouraged. All you need to do is spend a little bit more money and you'll see what I see. All right. So we've covered the first three steps, and I'm just going to cross them off over here. The next thing that you need to ask yourself is, hey, are my keywords a little bit too expensive, right? Now, when you go into your keyword report, you're going to see how much each keyword is costing you. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go over to my auction insights, and then I'm going to move from my search terms report to my search keywords report. Now, this is very confusing for a lot of people because search keywords sounds a lot similar to search terms. So here's the difference. When it's a search term, this is what your clients are typing in to trigger your ads. When you're on search keywords, these are your keywords that you're choosing for your company, and Google is going out there and finding related keywords, right? So what we want to do now is we want to look for a keyword that's costing me more money than it should be. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom out for a second over here and let's see if we can find one. Now, over here, you'll notice I have the cost column enabled. I've got the conversion column enabled, and I've also got the cost per conversion column enabled. Now, if you guys don't have these columns, all you need to do is click on reports. Sorry, all you need to do is click on columns, modify columns. And then when you click on all columns, you'll see every single column, and you can gladly enable your cost and your conversions. Give me a second. Under conversions, I can enable my cost per conversion and conversion rates. Now you'll see them pop up alongside your screen, and using this section over here, we can kind of like organize them. So if I want click-through rate to be the first metric I see, I just simply drag it to the top over here. And I'm going to say apply. Now, once I do that, notice that click-through rate is now the first metric that I see, and it's going to organize those columns accordingly, right? Now, once I do that, we're looking for a keyword that's costing me a lot of money, but it's not actually delivering value to me. So what we're going to do once again is we're going to organize by cost, because remember, all of these costs are going to add up to give you expensive leads. And let's see over here, we got $265, $199, and then this dude over here, let's see. This one's getting me leads. This one's getting me leads. Sorry, guys. Let me just do something for a second. I don't know why, but my screen is switching off on me. Probably need to get a new dock or a new extension because, yeah, it's really bad today. All right. So as you can see over here, Google PPC training. It's costing me. Let me just zoom into my screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing. All right. As you can see over here, Google PPC training. I've gotten 13 clicks on this keyword. It's cost me $9.95, and it hasn't bought me one customer so far. Not even one. So this means there's a problem. And the problem is, if I keep on running this keyword, it might keep on costing me money, and it might keep on pushing my lead cost up, but it's not actually bringing me any leads, right? So if I get rid of this keyword, right? If I remove this keyword entirely, and I can do that by just clicking over here, and I can just do that by clicking pause over here, and it'll remove that keyword entirely. Once I do that, my average cost per lead will go down because I've removed one of the keywords, the greedy keywords that are eating the budget, but they're not delivering any leads for me. However, if I look at some other keywords, these other keywords are doing really well. Another way that you can do this is by looking at your cost per conversion. So if I click on cost per conversion, I'm just going to organize this by the keyword that's costing me the most money versus the keyword that's costing me the least money. And we have a culprit over here. Look at this dude over here. He's costing me $31, right? $31 per lead, right? So cost per conversion over here, $31. But let's look at how much my cost per conversion usually is. If I go, let me just get rid of this. My usual cost per conversion is around about $9, $12, sometimes even $6. So with the same money that I'm using to run this particular keyword, Google Skill Shop, I can literally get, if I use this keyword, Skill Shop Google, I can literally get 3 more keywords. And I know that's weird, right? Because they're kind of similar. I think that spacing in between means I'm showing up for searches like shop, and that's bad. So if I remove this keyword over here, if I get rid of this keyword over here, all of the other keywords are going to do better because they get more budget to eat. It's like a cake. I don't know if you watched my video this week with cake, but imagine there's a big slice of cake and all of the keywords are taking out of that big slice of cake. Now, your budget is that big cake. If there's a keyword that's taking a slice of cake, but it's not producing leads, it's going to push your lead cost up. But if every single keyword is performing efficiently, then it's going to bring that lead cost down. So we always want to make sure we remove the underperforming keywords. So all you would need to do over here is find the expensive guy over here, and you could just edit and you could say remove or pause. I also need to tell you that if we look over here, our average cost per click on this guy is super expensive. $2.31. Now, remember what I was talking about earlier when I was telling you guys that sometimes when you go after highly competitive keywords, your cost per lead goes up. And this is exactly proof of that. A lot of people are bidding on this particular keyword. And this is why my cost per conversion is so high on that particular keyword. So always keep that in mind. That is one of the underlying values. Now, once I've done that, right? I've seen which keywords are getting the most budget. I've also seen those high budget keywords. Are they getting me leads or are they not getting me leads? So I'm kind of done with that line of questioning. The next thing I want to do is I want to ask myself, can we afford the cost per conversions on each keyword? So if I'm looking at the keyword right now, you can see that $31 for a lead, I cannot afford that. $14 for a lead, that's okay. $9 for a lead, fantastic. $6 for a lead, yes, please. Let's see what else we got. $3 for a lead, yes, please. Those are the nice cheap leads that I'm after. But $12, $14, $31 for a lead, I don't want those. Now, some of you might be watching and saying, Devon, I wish I could get leads for $31. I wish I could get a lead for $50 or $100. Every niche is different. Every single niche is different. What is a good cost per lead for me is not going to be a good cost per lead for you. So you want to always be mindful of that, and you always want to make sure that you are comfortable with your cost per lead, right? So I am more than happy with these cost per leads. Oh, guys, if you have any questions, let me know down below. There's also a link. We are offering a Black Friday special for all my Google Ads courses. You can find that at the link in the description down below in YouTube as well. But don't be shy. Ask your questions in the comment section. It's not like this is an official class or something. I'm just taking you through I'm taking you through this framework, and I'm trying to show you what to look for if your leads are too expensive, right? So we've basically checked this cost per conversion. The next thing we're going to talk about, and this is a pretty controversial subject, is keyword match types. Now, every person and their dog has a different opinion about keyword match type. So let's dive into this. If I go back to my Google Ads campaign over here, I'm just going to zoom out so that we can be at normal size. You'll notice next to every single keyword, it's showing me a match type. And you'll notice that all of these keywords are on broad match. Now, if you find that you keep on showing up for the wrong search terms in the search terms report, as we covered earlier, and you keep on finding that your ads are just not showing to the right people, then what I want you to do, hey, Messiah, how you doing? Thanks for being on the show. So as you can see over here, if you keep on showing up for the wrong type of searches, what you want to do is you want to switch from a broad match to a phrase match. That's all you want to do. Go from broad match to a phrase match. Or if you're already on phrase match and you notice that you keep on showing up for the wrong terms, you want to switch from phrase match to exact match. But do not go straight from broad to exact match. Do not do that. What's going to happen is you are going to find that your traffic drops, your clicks drop, and you're going to find that nothing happens. You're going to go from getting a whole bunch of leads every week to getting no leads whatsoever. And we don't want that. So make sure that when you switch, you're going from broad to phrase, or if you're on phrase, you're going from phrase to exact match. And understand this, as you go lower with this ladder, you will get less clicks, but your lead quality will increase, right? So sometimes it's worth it to get less clicks, but higher quality leads. Sometimes the leads are going to be so expensive that it's actually better to get more leads in and just sort between the good ones and the bad ones. So those were keyword match types. And I'm glad we got through that without an argument in the comment section. Congratulate yourself. Well done. Well done, guys. There's probably going to be one after this video goes live, but that's a subject for another day. All right, so we've covered all of this stuff. We've checked the search terms report, the negative keywords. We've checked the auction insights. The next thing we want to ask ourselves is, are we getting clicks from high income areas, right? This is a point that a lot of people overlook. And I'm just going to stop my camera for a second because I need to say this, and I need to say this to your face. If you're advertising, make sure you're advertising in a place where people can actually afford your services. I know that sounds like a super stupid thing to say, but you will be amazed how many ad accounts I look at. And we find out that they're showing ads to people who can never afford their services in the first place. If you know the product that you're selling is $20,000, $10,000, and you're looking at all of that stuff, make sure that the places that you're advertising in can actually afford what it is that you do. Please, please do not underestimate how much money you will lose by advertising in the wrong places. All right. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to show you an example of this. So I'm going to go back to my Google Ads campaign, back to sharing my screen over here, and we're going to go back to overview. Now, as you can see, I had 136 leads on this campaign. Now, what I want to do is I want to come all the way over here and I want to look at the locations report. Now, you're going to be asking yourself, Devon, you sell Google Ads. Why aren't you, or rather, you sell a Google Ads course? Why aren't you advertising your Google Ads course in, let me just zoom out here. Why are you not advertising it in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, South Africa? You're in South Africa right now. Why are you not advertising your course there? Why are you only focusing on America? That is a good question. That is a beautiful question. If somebody out there is asking that question, right? The reason why I'm focused on advertising in the USA is because the USA can afford my $650 Google Ads course, right? The average person in India is probably not going to be able to afford my course. The average person in South Africa, although I love my home country, they probably can't afford a Google Ads course. Just to let you guys know, the average income in South Africa is about, I'm not like the Google statistic, right? When I meet people and I ask them, the average income of a South African is about $650 per month, right? More or less. My course is $650. Are you telling me somebody is not going to feed their child? They're not going to pay their rent. They're not going to buy food for the house, and all they're going to do is buy my Google Ads course? It's probably not going to happen. So I'm making sure that I advertise in places that can actually afford what I do. So that's the first thing that could drive up your lead cost. You could just be advertising all over the world to countries. People are clicking on your ads, but they could never afford what you do in the first place. And what that does is it pushes your lead cost up again. The next thing that we want to talk about is, let's say we know that the USA can afford my course. What we can do is we can divide out this report and we can look at what are some of the states in the United States that can't really, or that aren't really converting, that aren't really buying. So, for example, if I look at the USA over here, what I want to do once again is I want to enable the column for cost per conversion. This dude over here. Then I want to say save, which I've already done. And then what you want to do is you want to come all the way this way where it says cost per conversion. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the state with the highest cost per conversion. And I am going to zoom in here because you guys can probably not see what it is that I am seeing, right? So I want you to look at this. The average cost per conversion on this campaign is $12.16. There are some states over here like New Jersey that are costing me $29 for a lead, $25 for a lead, $25. So that's nearly double what my average is. So, in other words, if I get rid of New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia, I can reduce my lead cost. And some of you might say, but Devon, you're going to get less leads. No, I'm not, because there are other counties, there are other states. If I just sort by conversions, Florida, I can get Florida. I got 9 leads from Florida and I'm getting them for $11 each. $11 each. So I don't need to be paying New Jersey $29 just to get a lead. I can get it for $11 in Florida. So what you would do then is you would click on the state, you would go edit, and you would exclude that specific state, or you could even remove the state altogether. But once you do that, it's basically going to take away that state. And what you're going to start realizing is the more underperforming locations you remove from this report, the better your lead cost gets, the cheaper your leads are going to get. One thing you can also do is you can just organize this and look for the states that aren't converting at all. Alaska, nothing happens over there. Alabama, nobody's buying my stuff over there. Arkansas, nobody's submitting a lead over there. Arizona, nobody's submitting a lead over there. And what I can do is I can just remove or pause these states because I am paying money to show my ads over there, but I'm not really getting any leads from those areas. And what this is going to do, all of these costs are going to contribute to my cost per lead, right? Guys, I hope this is crystal clear if you're listening in. But basically, that would be a framework that you need to go through. So as you can see over here, my cost per lead is $8.97. And if I just remove those things, I will drop my cost per lead down to $6. And with this conversion rate, it'll probably go up even higher. Just with doing those 6 or 7 things that I just showed you, just by going through the data and making sure I'm taking away the underperforming keywords, locations, search terms, automatically my lead cost is going to go down, right? So that's everything that you can do on the setting sides, right? The next thing you can do is you can look at your landing page, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm quickly just going to show you a landing page. I don't have one ready for you on this training, but I want to show you a landing page and I want to show you where you guys go wrong. Now, the first question is, Devon, you've got this big, beautiful website over here. Why don't you just why don't you just send leads to your website? And I love my website, by the way. The problem with websites is websites lose money. They will lose money all day long because on the website, there are too many options. The average person is going to spend 53 seconds on your website. There's no way they're going to be able to go through all of this stuff in 53 seconds. So what happens is they get a WhatsApp, they get a funny TikTok, they get something, and they leave the page and they never come back again. But you paid for that click. If you pay for a click to your website and someone leads, it doesn't matter what happens, you're still going to have to pay Google ads at the end of the day. So let me save you a whole bunch of money. Use landing pages. Do not use your website, right? So as you can see on this landing page, I've got no links on top and I've got no links at the bottom. There is no menu over here. You can't go to another page. Your only option is, do you want to buy my setup cheat sheet or do you want to leave? That is your only option. Now, why this is important is because when you're getting expensive leads, some of you are getting a lot of clicks on your website, but you're not getting a lot of leads through. The reason why that is because of this problem here, showing them too many options. You want to go to a simplified option. And I'm just going to stop the camera for a moment here because I need to emphasize what I'm saying over here. Let's say you're a car mechanic. If you're a car mechanic and you do brake repairs and you do gearbox repairs, but you also do oil services, you want to have one ad campaign just for your brake pads, for brake changes. And you want to let that go to a landing page that just does brake changes. That's it. All of the wording on that landing page is going to be for brake pad changes. Then you're going to have a second campaign. That second campaign is going to be for gearbox repairs. And then that landing page is going to be for gearbox repairs. And all the copy on that landing page is going to be geared towards somebody who wants to change their gearbox, right? Or who wants to repair their gearbox. If you do this, your ads are going to be more efficient. I know it's a lot more work, but it's going to give you a more efficient result. If you do it the other way and you send them to a website, now you've got a problem. You're going to start paying for clicks, but they're not going to end up converting into leads, or your leads are going to be very expensive. And you're always going to wonder why it takes you 45 clicks to get a customer or to get a lead versus other companies that only need 15 or 20 clicks to get a lead. It's the simplest example I can give you guys. All right. So moving on. Once you're on your landing page, I just lost my train of thought over there. Once you're on your landing page over there, we want to ask the question, are we sending them to a focused landing page? Is it clear what I'm selling or what service I'm offering. Can I say it in one sentence? Over here, I say set up your Google Ads like a pro in less than 5 minutes. So, in other words, I want to get to the point as fast as possible. By the way, this product has a 4% conversion rate and it has a 6.1% conversion rate when coming off of my email marketing, right? Number one, because it's cheap, but number two, because also we get to the point and we use a landing page. So, are you being very simple with your messaging? That is a question that I want to pose to you. And the next question that we need to ask ourselves is, if somebody comes in here, right? We are being very simple with our message. We've gone through this checklist over here and we've noticed that, yeah, my landing page is focused. Do you provide any urgency for them to actually take action today? Now, set up your Google Ads like a pro in less than 5 minutes is not a reason for somebody to take action. But this part over here is a reason for you to take action today. I simply state that the wrong ad settings could be costing you thousands of dollars. What that does is they know that if they don't buy the product today, if they don't sign up today, they might be losing money and it's their fault. So, just with these simple words over here, now all of a sudden somebody's going to look at that and go, man, I think I should buy this. This is $10 and it could even end up saving me $1,000, $2,000. Just because I put this wording over here, this wording introduces urgency and it makes them want to buy or sign up right now. So, how can you do this if you're a dentist? You can do this exactly the same way and say, do you want to have a beautiful face or do you want to keep on walking around scared to smile? How can you do this if you're a car mechanic? You can say, fix your car now, or you're going to pay thousands and thousands of dollars later on. You can do this in any single niche. It doesn't have to be digital marketing, and it's still going to be as effective. Now, don't overdo it. Don't tell the guy, like, if you don't do this and this and this, it's going to be terrible and your life is going to end. Be sincere with what you're saying. And if you're sincere in what you're saying, then it's going to be valuable for the client. It's going to be valuable for somebody coming on your landing page, and they're going to understand, this is exactly why I need to do this, and this is exactly why I need to take action today. And that's basically it. That's my little framework for if your Google Ads, if your leads in Google Ads are too expensive. Now, this framework that I just shared with you, it's a live recorded session in this product over here, my lead gen in a box course, right? It's only going for $179 on my Black Friday, which starts next week. So if you're interested in that, if you enjoyed this little breakdown, I've got 3 more breakdowns, just like the one I've given you, where I do frameworks for if you have a lot of clicks but no conversions, if you have too little leads, if you have a lot of leads but they're low quality. I do breakdowns like this and I show you exactly what to do step by step. And I even record it on video, so I talk you through it just like you're seeing right now. And that's basically all I wanted to share with you guys. So thank you very much for watching this live stream. If you're still here, Mohammedul, Masaid, I appreciate you guys. Do you guys have any questions before I leave? I might need a glass of water as well. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know, because I'm about to get out of here. We've got another live stream. I think we've got another live stream tomorrow as well. But I really enjoyed sharing this. It's some of the stuff that I've been working. Man, guys, I've been working on frameworks. I've been working on optimization checklists. I've been really working on a lot of stuff. So Ms. Saeed says over here, this was good. Thank you. Mohammedul, I take it that you don't have any more questions. I'm going to hang around for like a minute or two, and then I'm going to bounce because obviously I got a lot of work to do. So thank you very much. See, you just ask for things, and God will provide. All right, cool. Any other questions? I think somebody's typing in a long, complicated question in the chat section when it goes so quiet. So I'm gonna hold off for that. Sometimes also I I spoke to one of the prominent YouTubers in the space, and I said to him, "Man, I wonder why I'm getting so little. I wonder why I get so little comments on my videos." And I asked him, "Is it because I explain things comprehensively and it takes a while for people to absorb what I'm saying?" And he's like, "Yep, that's exactly the reason." So, all right, cool. So, Ms. Saeed has got a great question over here. What is the way to create urgency for them to buy? Ms. Saeed, could you give me a specific industry that you're thinking of or a specific business that you're thinking of, just so that I can give you a better answer? I'm more than happy to answer this question, but if you tell me what business or niche, I might be able to give you a better answer. So I'm just going to sip my water while I wait for that. Ooh, it is super hot today, man. Okay. A cleaning service based business. That's a perfect question. All right. So let's say you have a cleaning service based business. All right. So why do people clean their houses? Why would somebody have a clean house or a clean apartment? Right. The main reason why they do it is to impress people and to make sure that they don't look like a slob. So, how do you create urgency for that type of business? Well, what you can do is you can say something like, I just want to find the right words. Do you want to have your next meeting in a dirty space? And what you can do is you can have a dirty office and you can have a clean office next to it. And you can say, would you rather have your next meeting in a dirty office or in a clean office? What you can also do is you can just add a simple upsell or a simple value giver. Like you can say, for example, if you order a free cleaning service, or if you book with us in this week, we have a special where we're going to do an extra clean for you, or we have a service where we're going to do this extra thing for you. It doesn't always have to be extra work. It could literally just be that you do an extra cleaning product that you don't usually do, or you actually wipe down the tables where you used to just do the floors. So anything that can create urgency, that says, if you do this thing now, I'll throw in this for free, that creates a lot of urgency. I'll give you another example from another place. Like if you were a nail salon, you could say that we have this special that if you come in this week, instead of using normal nail salon stuff, you get to use this type of stuff. Does a push to buy every sound too shabby? Okay, can you rephrase that question? Because I'm pretty sure you didn't. Does a push to buy every sound too spammy? Okay. I'm not following. Write it all again so that I can see it in the comment section. Right? I'll show you some examples as well. Cleaning service. New York City. Right. Mm. Does creating a urgency to buy ever sound too spammy or too pushy or too salesy? That's a beautiful question. Let me tell you something I've always felt like you felt. I've always felt like, man, I don't want to force them into buying from me. I don't want to force them into giving me money because I don't want to sound like a sleazy salesperson, I don't want to say, "Hey, do this today and we're going to get you this and we're going to get you this," because it kind of sounds like you're over promising, or it kind of sounds like you're trying to be desperate for the sale. Now, there's a very fine line that we have to draw between looking desperate and being a good salesperson. So let's think about this normally. When you go into McDonald's and you order a cheeseburger, and the person at the counter says to you, "Do you want fries with that?" Is that person being a sleazy salesperson, Miss Saeed? If you go to McDonald's, you're ordering a cheeseburger and they say, hey, do you want some fries with that? Are they being a sleazy salesperson? Okay, I'm just waiting for an answer. Guys, the stream didn't freeze. I'm just waiting for Masaid's answer. Right? No, of course they're not. Of course they're not being a sleazy salesperson. And if they say to you, hey, you've got the cheeseburger, you've got the fries, did you know that milkshakes are actually half price today because it's Wednesday? Are they being a sleazy salesperson? No. Well, let me tell you why you feel like you're a sleazy salesperson when you do it, but when other people do it to you, you're not feeling like it. It's because asking people for money and asking people to give you the money now never feels good. But what you need to understand is that when I'm in McDonald's, I'm looking for food. I'm not looking to see if I'm around the best salespeople or sleazy salespeople. I'm literally looking for food. When people are on your cleaning service based website, they are not doing anything but trying to get their place cleaned as good as possible for as cheap as possible for as soon as possible. And the easier you can make that for them, the better for them, the better customer service you're giving them. So think about it that way. When I walk into McDonald's, I'm looking for food. Anybody who can give me food and give it to me for a good price, I'm going to say yes to. When I walk into your cleaning business, I am looking for somebody to clean my home or clean my office. And I don't care if they're a sleazy salesman or not. I'm literally just looking to get my place cleaned. So I don't want you to feel like you're pushy, right? I don't want you to feel like you're forcing the products on them. All you're doing is you're saying, do you want fries with that? You want us to clean your place? How about we do it now? We can be there tomorrow and I'll throw in this thing extra. Somebody's going to say, great. I was planning on cleaning my place tomorrow anyway. If you can do it for half price or if you can throw in that extra thing, yes, let's do it. That's the way that you want to look at it. And once you start looking at things that way, you'll start realizing, man, I've been too shy. I've been too scared. I'll tell you another story. When I used to sell cars, I always was too scared to ask the customer, do you want to buy the car? Like I would do the test drive, I would do the sales, we'd sit down, we'd talk about the radio and how comfortable the seats are in the car. But I was always too scared to ask the person, do you actually want to buy this car and do you want to buy it today? So what happened is I would let the customer walk out of the dealership and then I would call them the next day and say, hey, it's Devon. It's Devon from the dealership. I'm calling you about that Suzuki. Are you still interested in buying the car? And you know what the clients told me? The client was like, yeah, I bought a car. I'm like, what do you mean you bought a car? We had a connection. We were vibing, like, and you told me like I was the best salesman so far. Like you told me that you liked the fact that I wasn't pushy. And then I found out later that afternoon he went and he bought a Fiat. And I was like, in why? You know why? Because when people walk into car dealerships, they want to walk out with a car. That's the point. That's the point. When they walk into a car dealership, they want to walk out with a car. When people walk into a McDonald's, they want to walk out with food. When people walk into a cleaning service business, they want to walk out knowing that they have a plan to clean their floors or their offices. So this is a mindset issue, right? It's a mindset issue. And I was thinking about it the other way. I was like, no, I don't want to like be too pushy because I want them to know that, you know, they can come and they can ask me for anything. You know, I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to force the product or service on the person. You're not forcing anything on anyone. You're not asking them to do anything that they weren't already going to do. All you're doing is saying, here's the cheeseburger. Would you like fries with that? That's all you're doing. You're just giving them options. So don't think about it like sales, like you're going into the person's pocket and taking money from their pocket and putting it into your pocket. Just think about it like I am going here. I am going to give them a whole bunch of options and I'm going to give them the options to do this with me as soon as possible. If they say no, that's fine. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that they leave knowing that I gave them an option to do this as fast as possible. Then your job is done. Then you are not a sleazy salesman. You're just a good business person. All right. I hope that answered your question. And I absolutely love that question because I used to feel exactly the same way. So every time that happens, just close your eyes and just think about McDonald's. And Miss Saeed over here says, that's a good analogy. All right. So with that being said, what I'm going to do just to close this off is I just want to tell you guys that in the link below, you are going to see our Black Friday specials. Once again, you do not have to buy any of these specials, Ms. Said. They are just here and they are ready for you. So if you are brand new to Google Ads, you don't really want to spend that much money. Option one is the Google Ads Kickstarter bundle. It's only $39. And this option opens on Monday. It lasts for 24 hours and then it's gone forever. And this is a perfect place to start if you just want to set up your Google Ads the right way and make sure that you've got all of the right things in place. Option number two is the lead gen starter pack. If you're serious about producing leads in your business, get this because this has got my best training with regards to lead generation and getting the most leads with your Google Ads. We also solve a lot of common problem like expensive leads and not getting leads at all, just like I covered in this live stream. And then we've got three more options for you. Number three is e-commerce conversion code. If you're into shopping ads, get this. It'll help you grow your online store. And number four, if you're a Google Ads freelancer and you're looking for more clients, then check out my Google Ads Accelerator. And last but not least, this is my favorite one, the Google Ads Domination System. So you get my course, you get to be a part of my community, and you also get 2 private ad strategy sessions with me to ask me anything you want about Google Ads. All right. So that's been me for this live stream. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed you guys' questions. Thank you so much, each and every single one of you, for showing up today. I will see you in the next one. And don't forget to sign up for the waitlist for Black Friday in the link in the description below. See you guys next time. Peace.